Okay, you guys, we have yet another chocolate chip cookie recipe to share with you. However, my guest Spencer Maddock is here to share the super secret methods that will elevate the humble chocolate chip cookie to become a superior chocolate chip cookie. That's coming up next on Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store in Spanish Fork. Hello everyone, welcome to Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's. And today my guest is very special. It's Mr. Spencer Maddock because he's married to my daughter just recently. And I'm so excited because you make, so every time we have Sunday dinner, and when he comes, he always says, "This is the best whatever I have ever had." And I love it because
well, it's the truth. It's the truth. It really is.
I love it. Anyways, but then you brought some cookies,
Yes.
and Lindsay was bragging about them, and they were just chocolate chip cookies, but they were so good. They were superior. And so then you were saying, then it's certain methods, certain secrets. The recipe is very similar to the other ones, but it's very basic. But it's how you do it and the methods, right? So,
Yes.
So we're gonna take that step by step, and we'll go from there. First, tell me about the recipe.
So you're very kind, but literally everything I've learned and all like the methods and the recipe and everything, it's completely from my mom.
Oh,
So,
I love that.
I mean,
Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say I have two older sisters.
Okay.
They don't necessarily bake. They're much better, in the kitchen than I am with everything else. But
Okay.
I am one of the three kids. I am the baker. And so like that is kind of a connection that me and my mom have. And so she calls herself quote unquote like the master when it comes to like baking cookies and everything. And I'm like the apprentice, or like I'm not quite there yet.
Gosh.
So
That's so adorable. Did you have apron when you were younger? Or when did you start helping your mom making this particular recipe?
Oh man, probably when I was like 13 or 14. I feel like that was when I really started getting into it, because I was sick of just eating it, and I would walk in the house like after school or different times during the week, and you just smell the cookies or whatever. It's like I want to like be able to do this by myself.
Oh, that is the sweetest mom. What is your mom's name?
My mom is Pam.
Pam.
Yeah, that's her name.
Pam Maddock.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going. Let's show us the secrets. What do we do first?
Okay, so first, obviously, we have to wash our
Okay.
hands first. That's number one. We already did that though. So anyway, so we need to.
Good job, Pam. Teaching him the way.
Yes. I did learn that from her as well. So we have to gather our ingredients, and kind of like you said, there's really nothing like super special when it comes to like the recipe in
Okay.
general. We're gonna mix our quote unquote wet ingredients first. And this is, I guess, the first important part of the recipe method. When it comes to the butter, my mom is very particular. She wants it to be like room temperature.
Okay.
And so she puts the butter out like well before she actually bakes the cookie. She plans ahead. Obviously, if you're in a hurry and it's like a spur of the moment kind of
Right.
thing, you can put it in the microwave, soften it up, but
Okay. So
it's always best.
So that's
if
about
it's
like
softened
15
up.
seconds. It depends.
Sure, in the
on how-
microwave.
yeah, in the microwave. Okay.
So we're gonna put 1 cup of butter in first.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna put in all the other wet ingredients. And so that includes 2 eggs. And like I said, I'm still an apprentice and I'm not good at cracking eggs. So can I
Okay.
please ask you to teach me or just do it for me? Or
Wait, do you put the eggs right now with the butter?
yes.
Whoa, that's really different because most recipes, we put the sugar and then we mix the sugar and then we do this. Okay, so you don't forget that. Let me go
Yes.
get a little bowl to, I don't want to get the eggshells in there.
Okay, so while you do that, I'll just put in the sugar already with it, because we're gonna mix all this together anyway, right
Oh,
away.
that is a different method.
So we're just gonna put the sugar in, and then we're also just gonna put the brown sugar in as well.
Okay.
And then we have just 2 more ingredients to add. So the eggs,
Okay, so is that a cup?
so it's a cup of brown sugar, and then 3/4 cup of white sugar.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
It'll be on the thing. So cracking, I just nothing fancy. You just want to put it in a bowl because
Yeah.
if you put it right in there, you could get some shells
Sure,
in it.
exactly.
So most of the time you don't, but to be honest, I'm always in a hurry and
I mean, you're the professional, so
Yeah.
I would rather you handle this than I do. So
not really. Have not been professionally trained.
yeah. All right, so you can go ahead and put that in
Okay.
there. And then we're just gonna put a tablespoon of vanilla in there as
Okay.
well. And that'll be like the first part of the ingredients before we mix it all.
Okay. So a couple different things. The main thing is room temperature butter. And you don't mix the butter and sugar first. You put everything in. So this is actually easier.
In
to me.
theory,
In
yes,
theory.
yes.
Mr. Accountant.
Yeah, everything should be perfectly balanced. You know, everything should be done neatly. So, yeah, that's basically the first step. So
Okay.
we're ready to put this in
let's
here.
go ahead.
You know, the thing that Lindsay, one of the things she wanted most when we got married was a brand new KitchenAid.
Well, yes, you know what? This is my old one, and so we were getting all your gifts here. And I was so jealous because they were all new, beautiful things. And in fact, it inspired me. I even got some new things and got rid of some old things. But yeah, the KitchenAid is beautiful. That was
Okay.
from your family, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was. But anyway, so when it comes to mixing, another thing that my mom is like very particular about is do not overmix it.
Okay.
And so it doesn't even necessarily have to be like all perfectly mixed right
Okay.
away.
Okay.
So we just want to mix it kind of quick. We'll mix it a little bit.
Now here's the thing, the attachment. That is a whisk attachment, and that's what you use first, because usually I use just a paddle.
Yes.
But
yeah.
so you want to start with this.
So we start with this first just
Okay.
because, you know, she uses that. She feels like it mixes it better without kind of like beating
okay.
it to death right away.
Okay. Well, that's not hardly mixing at all. Is that what you do?
I know, yeah. So actually, typically, like what I do is, you know, you're gonna mix it a little bit, and
Okay,
there might
okay.
be a little bit of like clumps or stuff just kind of stuck to the whisk here. But we're
Okay.
just gonna very quickly kind of get this stuff off, and then we're just gonna mix it pretty quick one more time,
Okay.
and then we should be good to go from there.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna set this right here.
Okay. I wonder why. Be interesting. Has your mom ever said why we don't overmix?
She says, and obviously I believe her because I can tell when I see them and when I eat them, it
Yeah.
helps with the baking and with the texture of the cookies.
Okay.
When you eat them
Okay.
after they're
Well,
baked.
yeah.
So
And
that's
that's
kind
it?
of that's kind of what it's going to look like right
Whoa.
now.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, you can still see a little bit of, you know, butter in there, but we're not really worried about that. We know we're still going to be mixing it later, and it's going to
Right.
be mixed in. So we're just going to kind of take this out for a second, and then we are ready to kind of move on to the next step.
Okay, so you don't want to use spatula to get everything in there, or you don't care?
Well, you know what? Now that you say that, I should probably do that.
Okay.
I'm just so
I feel like,
nervous with
gosh,
all these.
no.
This is the big time right here.
Yeah.
I've dreamed of being on this show with June Williamson for such a long time.
Yes, Spanish Fork famous.
Yes, exactly.
Come on, Spanish Fork is a big city.
Everyone's got to start somewhere, June. Okay. Is that good enough?
Yeah.
All right,
I
perfect.
think so. Okay, so if everybody could see that, if that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Not completely mixed, but some mixed.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and next we're gonna move on to the dry.
Okay.
And so this calls for 3 cups of flour.
Oh, wow. Okay. That is a little
Another thing
different.
about the recipe is
Uh-huh.
we don't want to mix it all at once,
Oh.
which will help in like the mixing process and will help everything to. And you know, my mom always taught me to like use a knife or something,
Yeah.
make sure it's all even. And
Yeah. But you
so-
don't have to spoon it in or anything.
No. Yeah, we just drop it in.
Okay. Nice.
So that's 1.
Okay.
And obviously, like if you're in a hurry, you don't need to do it like super like, hey, let's do one.
But you wonder if it does make a difference. We need to do the
Yes.
steps.
Yes.
take
So
the extra
we are doing the steps because we care about these cookies.
Yes. Well, I talked it up. What is that how you would say it?
Talk it up, yeah.
I talked it up, so it's going to be a superior.
Well,
It better-
now I'm getting even more nervous. Well, if these cookies taste good, they are 100% because of my mom, and if they taste bad, it's totally my fault.
Okay,
So that's
we'll remember that.
Yes,
Everybody remember
yes.
that.
So we're just gonna mix it again. Okay.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's obviously not completely mixed yet, but
Right,
that's
right,
okay.
that's
That's kind of
okay.
what we're anticipating.
So now 2.
Yeah, now we're gonna do 2. And at the same time, I think this will just save a little bit of time. We're also gonna add some baking soda and some
Okay.
salt in, just because we have to add it anyway. And
Right. So you don't like put it in a separate bowl, mix our ingredients, and then whisk it and put it in. Okay.
no, we'll throw it
Okay.
straight in. So we're gonna
Okay,
put
I
in
do
number
that too,
2
though.
here. And then this calls for, I mean, it says 3/4 of a teaspoon, kind of a very small measurement. But anyway.
But we do it.
Yes, we do it because we care about the details.
So.
I don't have fingernails, so I can't open this. Can you help me?
Let's see, yeah. Oh my gosh, there we go.
We got it, all right.
All right, so salt and baking soda. So all basic ingredients that you would put in a regular chocolate chip cookie.
Yes.
But it's the method. The method is the madness.
Well said.
I thought you'd like that.
Well said. Yeah, so this is just that's a 1/4 teaspoon. So we're gonna do 3 of those, and then we're gonna do, this is also just brand new.
I noticed you didn't really level the spoon and you just kind of threw it in. That's okay.
No, this is.
So the salt is just okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is the baking soda. Oh yeah, brand new, which I didn't even open yet. Okay, so how did I? Usually they have a little thing in the corner, but.
Hey, no worries. I'll just go ahead and mix this next one, and we can throw it in with the last cup of flour.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got to be with the dry ingredient, though.
Yes,
otherwise
absolutely.
It would
Yeah, these are all part of like the dry process of the recipe.
Right. Well, so this baking soda, it says it has a fridge and a freezer thing, but it doesn't have a thing for the top. So I'm gonna have to just like do it weird.
Hey, no worries. No worries.
Look at that, Spencer. Look, this is weird. They're trying to be fancy, but it's not. I'm not gonna put it in the fridge. I'm gonna use it. Okay, I'm gonna grab some scissors.
Hey, no worries. No worries.
Okay, so he's gonna get that.
Yeah. So
cup.
we have now done the 2 of the 3 cups, and we've put the salt in there. So now we're just gonna do the last of it, and then we're also gonna put in the baking soda with it as well.
Okay. So we get a baking soda ready. Here we go. That was so odd. Come on, Arm & Hammer. You're a name brand. Gonna make my own little thing. Okay, here we go.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this pretty similar to the same thing with the salt. So this is just a 1/4 teaspoon measuring. So we're gonna do 3 of these because it calls for 3/4.
Okay. Yeah, so this is like, I'm not sure if I have the patience. I need to, but it's worth it when you taste the cookies.
Okay, so now everything's in there except for the chocolate chips. We're just gonna kind of finish mixing this together.
Oh, so now this time, the third time, you're gonna mix it all the way.
Most of the way, yes.
Oh,
We want to mix everything, but we don't want to over mix it.
I see. Okay.
Okay, and then last but not least, we can kind of this is just 2 cups of semi-sweet is what she uses. So we're just gonna put these in here. And then we are almost all the way done with the mixing and the pre-baking. Okay.
That's it.
There it is.
Okay.
And so, yeah, go ahead.
And that's it, right? Okay, so we're gonna take a little break.
Okay.
So we're gonna take a little break, but you come right back because the next segment we're going to, and there's some little tips of how you place it onto the cookie sheet, right? Am I right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so come right back. All right, welcome back, you guys. I'm so excited. So here's another monumental secret. It's what you do to put the cookies in.
Yes. So, and then I guess real quick before, sometimes my mom will kind of look at the bottom of the bowl and just make sure there's like nothing that's like hiding at the bottom, like some flour or anything. But it looks like this is pretty well mixed.
Okay.
If that is the case, where there's maybe things you feel like aren't mixed, what she does is she kind of puts on these like cooking gloves or whatever, and she just uses her hands to knead the dough together. But
she has cooking gloves. I just go to town. Is that bad?
So no.
I did that on TV.
Hey, as long as your hands are washed, doesn't matter.
It kind of looks weird when I did on TV. I put cheese on bread. Anyway, so now if someone were to use a hand mixer,
yes.
Has your mom ever or have you ever used?
Yeah.
And it still is okay.
Same.
It's just you just have to watch.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when we put you don't have to use a spoon. I'm just using a spoon just to grab it out of here.
Yeah.
When we put it on the cookie sheet.
That's about a tablespoon and a half.
Yeah. When we put it on the cookie sheet, we're just gonna kind of plop it down, and we're not really necessarily like worried about it looking like a perfect round, circle.
Yeah. So we don't work. It looks like you're talking about overworking is not good.
Yeah, and it also kind of helps when it bakes if it kind of is misshapen a little bit because it'll kind of form like those little mounds. Like I don't know if it's kind of like advertising, but you know, like a chip cookie or like a crumble cookie, like those chocolate chip cookies, how they kind of have some thickness to them.
Everybody likes those cookies,
yes.
right?
So it's supposedly supposed to kind of look like that. So
honestly, you had all the cookies from Chip? What were they? So there's Chip, and then there's Crumble.
yeah, but, I mean, there's like so many.
And then
nowadays,
there's Dirty
you can't
Dough.
keep track. Yeah.
But which ones have you had?
I mean, I've had some crumble, I've had some chip. I've had like all of their, like, I've had the chocolate chip cookies that both of those places
so which one
offer.
do you think is the best?
Oh, I don't know. Am I getting in trouble? I don't know.
No, you're not
just
getting in
kidding.
trouble. We're just curious.
I don't know.
You're kind of a connoisseur.
I think Chip's chocolate chip cookie is better than Crumble's.
I have to agree because when they first started opening
so you were testing me.
Yeah, I was testing you,
Okay.
but I actually, Chip started first.
Yes.
And I was so surprised because they delivered to warm. And you know, honestly, this kind of reminds me a little bit, kind of like the Chip cookies, honestly.
Okay.
And anyways, but they have the big ones, and I love those. And then somebody brought me Crumble, and I'm like, it's okay. So I have to say, I love the chocolate chip cookie best.
Yeah, I think it's great.
But it's fine.
I think Crumble has like
I'm
more
biased.
variety, but I like the taste of Chip more.
All right, so we're just watching you do this, and we have like so it's a pretty big.
Yeah, and like they can be smaller, and you know maybe I've done them a little too big, and they might end up touching or something, but that's not a big deal.
Okay.
But this is typically like how they should look, just kind of.
So you just put like 9 in one.
Yeah.
And
obviously, if you're doing it like smaller, you can maybe try to fit more on there.
Okay.
But for now, we're just going to try and put 9 on there.
So I feel like the size is a big difference because you know how it's a gooey and thick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we want to keep it this size.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and do another tray, and then. Okay, so here's the cooking. Let's put this in, and while you do this, how long? 350.
350. And it kind of varies. This is something you kind of have to like eyeball when you're baking it.
Because ovens are
yes, because ovens can fluctuate pretty drastically. So the recipe says pretty much between 8 and 10 minutes.
Okay.
Might take more, might just take 8, but we're gonna set it probably for 8, and then we can eyeball it from there.
Okay, but so it's not convection bake, and I've never tried convection bake with this recipe. Have you ever, or do you just want to do straight out regular bake?
You can use convection.
Have you ever tried doing that?
We have, and I think that's typically if you're maybe putting multiple trays in at once.
So do you want to put 2 trays in at 8 minutes, or what do you want to do?
Let's just maybe put 1 in for now at regular.
We want to make sure we have a good cookie. Okay, so we're gonna take another little break. I'm going to put this in at 350 in the middle rack for 8 minutes to start out with, and then it depends on your oven, and then we'll show you what it looks like at the end.
Perfect.
Okay, so we'll take a break. Come back. All right, welcome back. We've got one tray ready, and we have others in. And according to my oven, it took about 11 minutes.
Yeah, about 11.
So we start out with 8, and then you gradually just add until it gets to. Give us some pointers about what looks like a perfect cookie.
Yeah. So, and man, I hope this is perfect, but please don't call it perfect yet. Let's relax a little bit. What we really want to look for is that you kind of see the brown kind of around the edges.
Okay, I see that tiny light brown.
Yeah, because kind of what we want is we kind of want it to be like kind of crispy on the outside, and then kind of so it's still gooey on the inside when we eat it. Like not like, you know, doughy gooey, but anyway, that's kind of what we're looking for.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, do we let it sit? This just came out.
Yes.
How long do we let it sit
So
for?
typically, like, we'll let it sit on the cookie sheet for a little bit. And if you have like kind of a, you know, what is this called? A stovetop. Sorry, I can't even speak. Yes. You kind of set it on here, cool it off a little bit. And then once it's cooled off a little bit, we'll move them off the cookie sheet onto the cooling rack where they can really cool off.
So approximately how many minutes? It's just been about a minute or 2
Yeah,
now.
a couple minutes. Yeah, probably like, I would say 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then they're probably ready to go onto here. And then kind of when they're on here, they're basically free game.
Okay.
So
would it be bad if we, for the sake of time, I know this has been about 3
not.
minutes. Okay,
Absolutely
so go
not.
ahead.
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and put in you want to, we can put a couple in.
Yeah. I'll just.
Oh yeah, this is hot. Normally I would just go, I'm going to use my bare hand, and I forgot.
Yeah, so that's actually coming off pretty nice.
Okay. But normally 4 to 5 minutes.
Just a few minutes, let it cool off, and then.
And it kind of just cooks it a little bit more too.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. See, so many little steps. Okay, well, while he's doing that, we're gonna do a little. I heard off camera, few of you, like Shad and even Lindsay said you've seen something. Is it on Instagram or something where you were able to drop an egg and it cracks and it? What was it?
Well, we just want to know like the best way to crack an egg, and they were saying they've seen this thing where you just take it, like put it, not too high, but I will.
Because I've never seen it, but I'm just curious. And supposedly, when you do it this way, what does it do?
It cracks it, and it makes it so like there's no shells when you kind of finish opening it up and put it, where you need to put it.
That's interesting. Okay, I'm gonna watch you do it.
Okay, I've never done this before.
But you've seen it.
Yes,
I've never seen it.
I have. So not too high, foot.
But you don't do it on here? You do it on there?
We'll do it in the bowl.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
That's it.
I missed, but I think.
Oh, okay, let's see.
It kind of stuck to my finger when I let go, and it hit the side of the bowl.
So you just go like this?
I don't see any shells in there.
Yeah, but I mean, I didn't see much difference on what I did before. Maybe you have to do several to see. Okay, well that was good. All right, let's go back to the cookies. I'm gonna wash my hands. I got some egg. We had a discussion about whatever, E. coli or whatever. No, what is it, salmonella?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a cookie.
Okay.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So how do you wanna?
Okay, I have my almond milk. You got your milk.
Yes.
Shall we put a few on there and then we'll eat a cookie?
Here, I'll just.
Yeah. Like maybe 4 and then 1 on top.
Okay.
I don't know. You don't want to stack it, really, do you?
Yeah. When are these warm? Probably. When they're this warm,
so we'll wait.
you don't want to stack it. We'll
Let's
just put 4 on here, and then.
Yeah.
Great presentation. Well done.
Yes. Okay. Let's just. I'll just grab one of these, right? Want to share one and just to taste?
Yeah.
Oh, we can have a whole one. Ooh, look at that. Looks like a perfect cookie to me. Mmm.
I mean, I think that's good. It seems pretty good to me.
That is really good.
I think so.
Very, very good.
I get pretty nervous sometimes when I bake them because I want to make sure that they're like perfect because my mom always does a perfect job of like baking them, but I think these are pretty good.
They're very good. You have that little crunch. Maybe because it stayed there for about 3 or 4 minutes. And the inside is gooey. Spencer! Nowadays, do people do this nowadays, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, if you think they taste good, it's credit to my mom. So we have to say thank you to Pam Maddox, or Aunt Pam as I call her, even though she's my mom.
You call her Aunt Pam? What is that story?
Well, we'll just forget I said that. She's probably watching this and just shaking her head right now. But.
Okay, Spencer, this is delicious. Thank you, Pam. Shout out. Say a few things to your family, your friends, I don't know.
Am I going to shout someone out here? Is that what you're saying?
No, give a shout out to your
Oh my
friends.
goodness. Number 1, thank you to my parents and my mom, Pam. Number 2, but a very close to right now, my beautiful wife, Lindsay. She also was just making something with her mom a little earlier, which we'll, look forward to a little bit of that with some enchiladas maybe. And so she's incredibly talented. She is the love of my life. And she hypes me up when it comes to my cookies and everything, almost as much as you do, Jen. So thank you.
Spencer, this was delicious. I love it. I love all the tips. Do you have any last minute anything else? Did we forget anything?
I don't think so. No, yeah, just once it's cool, then just typically it's best to eat it warm. And my dad actually, if it's like, these have been sitting out for 2 days, like they're still good, but he likes it warm, so he'll just stick it in the microwave for like 5-10 seconds. So
sounds awesome. All right, you guys, go make this fabulous cookies. Don't forget the methods. Until next time, happy cooking. Yummy. Again.